Machelle, so she can at least pull it up. It'll be a current email because we know she is inundated with emails.
Well, would it have come from you, Cheryl?
Yes.
I got it.
Oh, never mind, Ricky. She has it. So, In Touch is letting me know they're having some technical difficulties, but it will not stop us from doing what we need to do. Let's see. We are still living in this world of a pandemic, and as a result, it creates issues for us, but so thankful that we have options. So today, and I'm apologizing up front, if our radio listening audience is not able to sign on to In Touch News, please feel free to join us live on Facebook, Let's Talk Business Facebook page, Cheryl J. Cousseau's Facebook page, and as well, In Touch News Facebook page. And we're also streaming live on YouTube. That being said, get ready. It's Let's Talk Business with SJC. And I'm welcoming back my co-host, Diva J.
Hello, happy to be here. Happy to be back.
And you look fantastic as a new second-term mother.
Thank you. You know, it's not easy, but I'm getting there.
You are getting there, and let us take this opportunity to introduce, you are my co-host, but now you have a host. You have a co-host.
I have a co-host and a new boss. His name is Julius. I don't know if he'll show face, but there he is.
Oh, how precious.
Oh,
How precious. And there he is. There was the picture that we showed earlier in July, right after his birth, and here he is today. He certainly looks healthy and he looks long.
Yes, God is good. This is a healthy baby. No issues there. So he is growing as expected.
Well, listen, we take this opportunity to welcome you back. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's what we were saying earlier. The pandemic has us pivoting in all different kinds of ways and directions and trying to get used to hybrid events and Zooming. And these are the things that happen. And I'm so glad because we are just that type. Our tagline is catch the show that will be all up in your business. Today is about branding your business. And now we have a little one who's joining us as well. So ladies out there in radio land and TV land, this is what you have to do. And just be thankful that we have opportunities. Now to the business at hand. We have 3 guests today. One is no stranger to Let's Talk Business because he is my first hour of the show co-host, and that is none other than Derrick Blue. You normally see him on the first of the month, and he delivers the blueprint. Well, today he is a guest. Therefore, he needs no introduction because he's also a co-host. But welcome back to the show, Derrick Blue. He may be trying to get through and get all of that Wi-Fi taken care of, but you'll see him joining us on screen momentarily. But to our second guest, Ms. Machelle Maynard of Wells Fargo, welcome back to the show.
thank you.
Diva J and I had the opportunity of interviewing you live in the station, but live has not stopped us. We can still make those things happen. We want to talk to you, and we want to talk about what's going on, what's happening on the campus. I call it the campus of 5508. Derrick calls it Wakanda. And it's all under the THAP group umbrella. Now on screen is my co-host, but today he's my guest. Welcome back, Derrick Blue.
How you doing? How you doing? How's everybody doing?
Wonderful, great.
Good, great.
Outstanding. Thank you. Having some technical difficulties in this virtual environment, but I thank God I'm here.
And we thank God you're here as well. And listen, we have all encountered some kind of issues today, but the show must go on. And if you're in full view, you get to welcome our little mini co-host, and that's Diva J's newborn, and that's Julius. Look how good he is, Derrick.
I saw him over there. He about to steal the show.
You know, he's a
Well, we're gonna
professional
let him
Zoom
steal
baby.
it. Let us stay
Zoom
sleep,
baby.
Diva J. But listen, we have so much to go over with you today. But since we're welcoming baby Julius, let's also take this opportunity to say a happy birthday to the woman that makes you look the way you look, that makes you feel the way you feel, that inspires you and helps you handle you. Diva J, they have 5 children.
Yeah, it is.
Happy birthday, Melody Glam, Miss
That's
Glam.
right.
Girl.
That's right.
Birthday.
Absolutely. She is definitely the when they say the better half of me, she's definitely the better half.
Oh, she's the best half.
Yeah. She certainly is. She makes me look good. But yeah, her birthday was yesterday.
Okay.
So yeah, happy birthday, babe, if you're watching.
If she's not, she will be shortly. We're going
Oh, yeah, I'm
to
getting ready
formally
to tag her
introduce
now.
Machelle, but let me also go ahead and welcome. She is a board member of the THAP group, and that is Dr. Theresa Lewis. Welcome again back to the show.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having us.
You are more than welcome. We have a lot going on, but for those who did not catch either of you on any one of our previous shows, we certainly want to take this opportunity to let them know who we have in the house with us today. So excited to have Machelle Maynard join us. She is currently the Vice President of Community Development for Wells Fargo, managing 10-county region of Florida. Machelle, you're going to have to come back and talk to us. 10 counties. However, in her recent and most current role, she is focused on the development of public-private partnerships with a primary focus on programs that support affordable housing, small business growth. Y'all put a pin in that one. Small business growth, financial health, sustainability, and community economic development. Put another pin in that. In addition, Machelle manages local philanthropic in West Florida. She has been in the financial services industry for more than, really, Machelle, 30 years. She has held many positions in her career and was promoted to vice president in 1996. Congratulations. Wow. Machelle has had a successful career aligning strategies, and she's very strategic. If you have the opportunity to listen to her or work with her in her leadership, she's just a strategic kind of gal. She does that using business models and programs with corporate goals and objectives. She serves in various capacities, including consumer credit, branch management, private banking, and community relations. And I know Diva J has some questions for you when it comes to credit. That being said, in addition to other training, Machelle completed a diversity practitioners program and was instrumental in the formation of a diversity and inclusion council and co-chaired that council for several years before acting as one of its ambassadors. I am proud to say we look at her as one of our ambassadors as well, but that's not it. In addition, Machelle has participated in and led leadership programs in Tampa Bay. She is a graduate of 1995 Leadership Tampa and served as chair of Leadership Tampa's class of 2000. She is a graduate of the 1998 class of Leadership Tampa Bay as well, and takes pride in serving as the 2008 and 2009 Leadership Tampa Bay. Machelle, she's a busy woman. Machelle is the past president of the board of the Tampa Club and was the first African-American woman to serve in that role. Over the years, Machelle has served in leadership capacity in about 10 nonprofit organizations. Originally from Savannah, Georgia, Machelle Main is a graduate of Savannah State University, where she majored in marketing and business management. Sound familiar, Diva J? Machelle is very active in the Tampa Bay area, fulfilling her passion of serving in the community and encouraging families and individuals as they move forward. Most importantly, she is a proud mother of 2 and Mimi to 4 grandchildren. As an encourager, she takes great pleasure in helping families and individuals overcome challenges and grow to the next level. She is an exceptional leader and says her priorities are clear. They are first her faith, her family, and everything else that comes later. Welcome back to the show, my friend, Machelle Maynard.
Thank you, Cheryl. Remind me, y'all, the next time to send Cheryl the 3 sentences.
I will not do that. I will not. And this is so important, because people really, if they're looking at the show and listening to the show for the very, very first time, you have been an integral part of our community for so many years. I probably have known you 20 of the 30, maybe 25-ish, something like that.
Quite a few of those 30.
And that's wonderful. And that's what we want people to know. We tell you, this is a show that's going to be all up in your business. And that's who you are. And thank God for having allowed you to be such a phenomenal leader. And that's why you're here today, letting the community know you literally, you put your money where your mouth is for your organization. If you want to leave that to 3 minutes, then, or 3 lines, I'll take that. But we are excited to have you here. You are no stranger to the THAP group, and we're going to take this opportunity. But let me allow you to say something first before we go on, and Derrick, before we go on to introduce our second guest, and that of Dr. Theresa Lewis. Machelle?
Well, first of all, thank you for the invitation. And I wanted to also say that I am fortunate to work for a company that also recognizes the value of small businesses and the value of minority businesses. I am allowed to do what I do because it is truly weaved into our core business. Our core mission is to helping others succeed. So I get to do that out in the open, and I don't have to stress about it. It's what we do. Wells Fargo, as you all know, has, history since the stagecoach, and have made a strong impact over the years. At one point, and I think we're like number 1 or 2 still, for SBA lending. And that's not an accident. That's by being intentional about reaching out and meeting the needs of the customers and the communities. And I'll stop there, Cheryl.
You know what? And we can attest to all that you are saying. And I wasn't that familiar with Wells Fargo some 30 years ago, but then I was reminded, my husband and I, we love old Westerns, and we found ourselves caught up in looking at the tales of Wells Fargo. And I've probably seen them all, but each time I watch a show, Machelle, I'm thinking about you, because it was the stagecoach. And Wells Fargo was moving a lot of money back then, like $100,000, which is, millions today. But I appreciate that. And now I'm learning more about it. But because of you, you've introduced us to a lot. And I agree with every single thing you said. And we're so thankful that Wells Fargo is doing just that. Derrick Blue?
Listen, Wells Fargo, I'll say Machelle, because, over the last 3 or 4 years, I've been working directly with her, and I think her bio describes it perfectly.
Yes.
She's certainly someone who is for the community, for small businesses. And, during our first Black Wall Street in 2019, she actually taught the session. It kind of felt like an illustrative sermon, when she was doing it. She was pulling people out of the crowd and all of that type of stuff. But what it shows is someone who is, really sold out to the business of businesses. And I think, and I say that because, as you mentioned, some people talk it out and other people walk it out. And I think that our guest, I think I'm a guest today, but I think our guest today is one of those people who really, really walks it out. And then two, I was on early this week. I think this is our second meeting.
Yeah.
Machelle, we had a focus group to where she was doing just that. Let's find out what's going on and what Wells Fargo can do to improve the conditions. It was a good meeting. It got heated a little bit, then it cooled down a little bit, but it was one of the best conversations that I've had about small business community in a long time. So I echo everything that has already been said.
I agree 100%. And so
Thank you.
to my co-host, Diva J, who had the opportunity to meet Machelle Maynard. Diva J, you have the mic.
Well, I'm happy that both of you are on this call. I know that in your own rights, you all are dynamic pioneers in our community. And so it's always just a great opportunity to be able to share with others, not only what you do, what you can do to help them, and how much of a resource both of your organizations are. So I'm excited to get all up in your business today and really let the people know what we have going on and what they can look forward to coming up in October.
She really has a great baby, y'all. Oh my goodness.
Right?
Thanks, Diva J. Let's take this opportunity now to introduce to our radio listening audience and to all of you that are zooming in whatever platform you're using, because we've explained early on about some of the difficulties. We take this opportunity to say thank you. We are going to have a giveaway. It's a $75 ticket value that is coming from the THAP group. We have a whole list of vendors now and sponsors who are supporting the Black Wall Street Experience 2021. But today, and we'll let you know, so you've got to listen to the end of the show, and we'll ask you a question for those that are listening in, and the first person that responds will receive that opportunity. And what that is, a vendor table with in a prominent space, and 2 tickets to the Tampa Theater, who is one of our partners for the movie that we will be featuring on that particular Saturday. But we're about 2.5 weeks out. So if you're that blessed individual to be capturing the show, listening to the show, and send us a message through your Facebook post, and we're hoping that we'll be able to see it, you will be the winner of that ticket. To our next guest, no stranger to the show, she serves on the board of directors of the THAP group, but let me tell you a little more about her. Dr. Lewis's professional career as an educator and counselor spans 25 plus years. She's trying to catch Machelle Maynard. 25 plus years with experience in secondary schools, as well as the community college and university settings. She's sitting in one right now as we speak. She has worked with a variety of student populations, including my favorite, first generation students, students who experience a plethora of academic and or personal challenges, and high achieving scholarship recipients. She teaches first-year experience courses and as a member on numerous committees that engage in policy decisions that affect students and faculty. Serves on steering committees for an annual national conference and selects the scholarship recipients. In addition, she is the founder of C-STAR, that's an acronym, C-S-T-A-R, Solutions LLC, which encourages in counseling, coaching, and collaborative projects such as Mentor Me. Lastly, she serves on several boards in the community and as a musician in the local church community. But one board in particular is the THAP group. She serves on that board. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Theresa Lewis.
Hi, thank you so much. Glad to be here today.
Wow. Listen, we're going to take this opportunity. We heard Machelle talk a little bit about the importance of what Wells Fargo does in supporting small businesses. You've heard Derrick Blue talk just a little bit about the Black Wall Street experience. And we're going to show a video right now of exactly what that looked like when it came to the campus of 5508. Ricky, the video?
This event we entitled the Black Wall Street Experience. 5508 is Tampa's very own Black Wall Street. So with this event, we decided not only to bring history, but we also decided to create the future.
Tampa Hillsborough Action Plan. It was nearly 30 years ago, and a group of men determined to implement action within the greater community formed this organization. These are great men with vision.
Mr. Hammond knew that one day we would build this place out to where you'd be able to come and enjoy an amazing event like tonight.
The city is moving in a different direction. Everyone is wondering where we're going, how we're going to get there. We have to change what we're doing, because what we're doing ain't working. Economic empowerment. We're going to collaborate together to do what we have to do to bring things here. That's important.
We have a responsibility to make a difference. Wells Fargo's vision and values state we want to make each of our customers financially stable. We can't do that if each business is not getting the support they need. And THAP is doing a lot of that work.
Derrick, I know that I could see you smiling as if though you were going through a childbirthing experience. I got cheer bumps just watching the video. And the THAP group brought that here, as well as others. What say you, sir?
Absolutely. Well, first, I would say shout out to Cousteau and Associates for coordinating such a great event and kind of managing that business expo that everybody saw and so much more. And also, we have a tremendous board, Dr. Lewis, a committee of volunteers who have kind of taken this to the next level. One of the things that I said, Dr. Cousteau, during my meeting with, during the focus group with Ms. Maynard, was one of the things that we saw is we did good that first year, but there's a new generation of people who need to be around the table, and they're working to push this thing even further. So that this board now led by Ms. Daniels, co-chaired, I believe, by Dr. Cousteau, and so many more, Michaela, so many more, Dr. Lewis. So many different people are contributing to the success of that. And it made me smile to see, what we were able to accomplish, with just a few people who had the heart to make things work.
And she did indeed. She was there with us in 2019, and she is today. The Black Wall Street Business Experience is going to be a little different because, boy, did we transform that warehouse. It looks like we walked into the Waldorf Astoria in New York somewhere. But I like to take this time to have my co-host Diva J to have a conversation with Machelle a little bit about that and their support of the THAP group. Diva?
Yes. So Machelle, one of the questions that I wanted to ask was, why was it so important for Wells Fargo to really get behind the Black Wall Street experience? And as far as the goals of supporting it in other organizations like that, tell us a little bit more about that. And really, because you make those big decisions. So what was it that really sold you that this is the experience we certainly want to support?
Well, for one thing, I think THAP has proven over the years that it's an organization that truly puts feet to their words. Some organizations have a great idea, but they're not making anything happen. They're not reaching people. Well, I can't say that about that. One of the key pieces of our giving and our support is to ensure that impact is being made. THAP pulls together through the Black Wall Street experience and other programming, pulls together opportunities for business owners, not just to connect to each other, but also to connect to critical resources that are out in the market. When we are looking at any organization, any nonprofit to support, one of the things that we're looking at is what's the impact? Not necessarily the impact to Wells Fargo. It's not about us getting loans or getting business. It's about what's happening truly to grow and strengthen those businesses in the market.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. And because Dr. Lewis was there, what would you like to add to what Machelle Maynard has said about making that impact in the community as a board member of the THAP group? Dr. Lewis?
Yeah, I'm very grateful to have had that experience. Just being in the room with people that you already have a mutual interest in the community, what we want to bring to the community, what we want to see happen in our community, and just being able to connect and collaborate so that those visions that that we come up with can come to life. You know, if you saw in the video clip, the young lady pressing the t-shirts right there live on site, even that was amazing to see by such a young woman. And so, you know, I'm excited about what Black Wall Street experience will bring to our community. And I'm even more excited to know that that group, with the support of Wells Fargo, is at the helm of that experience.
Absolutely.
You know, can I also make a statement? So in addition to that, you know, we breaking all kind of news today. But in addition to that, you know, as I mentioned, our organization continues to evolve. It continues to grow. I mean, introducing new concepts, new ideas, new people to the board. But I'm actually, I get to break this live on Let's Talk Business, that the Dr. Theresa Lewis, CEO of C-Star, and so much more, is now the board chair of the Tampa Hillsborough Action Plan. So that's breaking news right there. That is breaking news. And the great part about it, we have such a tremendous board of directors for our organization. Like, we really, really do. And I just don't say that. We've worked together. How long, Dr. Lewis?
5 years minimum.
At a minimum. I was getting ready to say 6, but it's been like that. And her, you know, her commitment has not changed. And our board of directors is a solid board, and they just resemble. They may be different in sexes, you know, men versus women, or whatever you want to put it, but the same innovation and compassion that group of men that founded the organization had, I think it rests upon this current board of directors that we have as well. And, you know, during our last board meeting, one of the things that we said is that we're small, but we're mighty.
Agreed. Agreed.
So breaking news. So it just broke. You heard it here.
You heard it right here on Let's Talk Business with SJC. And I'm here with 2 of my co-hosts, Derrick Blue with the blueprint. And that's exactly what he just showed us how they are making that pivotal design change, and that we have the pleasure currently right now of working with Chairman Frank Crum. And let me tell you, he takes no prisoners in making sure that things are done the way they are supposed to be done, and in a professional manner. I know Diva Day has a couple more questions she wants to ask Machelle Maynard, but we don't want to have to interrupt that with the commercial. So we're checking to see if we're going to be able to continue to move forward doing the commercial. If so, then I'm going to use this opportunity. And Linda Walker, if you would go ahead and unmute your mic. And we're going to use this commercial time to talk about some things that's happening right here in our community. And by the way, Derrick, we're also talking to them to make sure that they can come out and be a part of the Black Wall Street experience in October. Welcome to the show, Linda Walker.
Yes, I'm Linda Walker. I'm the DBE coordinator with the Hillsborough Transit Authority. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to extend an invitation to our virtual small business open house via WebEx on Thursday, September 30th, 2021 from 10 to 11. And you come in and you learn about contracting and purchasing opportunities with our agency. You can email dbe@gohart.org to register. You will receive an email from WebEx with a registration link, and you have to click on that link to register. And I look forward to seeing you.
Well, Linda, I'm going to ask you to pause for just a second because it looks like the commercial was able to come in. So we'll pause briefly and we'll come back to you.
I'm sorry. Oh, wow.
Okay, so they were able to get some of the commercial playing. For those that were listening on the station or through the station, were able to hear it clearly. But we do want to take the opportunity. Linda, we want to have you come back and share with us the information about doing business with Heart.
Oh, yes, I'm Linda. I'm the DBE coordinator with Heart. And what we are doing is I'm using this opportunity to extend an invitation for our virtual business open house, and it's going to be via WebEx, much like your Zoom, and it will be on Thursday, September 30th, 2021, from 10 to 11:30. You can come and learn about upcoming contracting opportunities and purchasing opportunities with our agency. In order to register, we would like for you to email dbe@gohart.org. And then when you send that email, you will receive a link from WebEx. And then you have to click on that link to register. And I look forward to seeing you all. That's D as in David, B as in boy, E as in everyone at gohart.org, dbe@gohart.org.
Well, thank you so much, Linda Walker. I actually went online yesterday to see how that registration process took place. So I'm waiting to receive my confirmation back. But Derrick Blue, let me also shout out one of the volunteers with the THAP group's Black Wall Street experience, and that is Renee. Renee is kind of listening behind the scenes. And so she's really helping us tremendously. Renee Pratt is helping us with our vendors and that whole logistical piece for making that courtyard look the way you're going to see it look in 2.5 weeks. So thank you to Linda, and thank you as well, Renee. All
You are
right, so
quite welcome.
DPJ, back to the show, to our Facebook listeners. Thank you for tuning in, and more with DPJ and Machelle Maynard.
Yes. So, Machelle, we certainly wanted to provide some resources for our listeners. And one thing we know, while there's a new variant out, people are trying their best to get back to normal. And so one of the questions I have for you were, what are some of the resources that Wells Fargo is offering that, or any resources that you may know of, that small businesses who are trying to bounce back from the pandemic can really tap into, whether it's financial loan assistance programs or any grants for nonprofits or any opportunities that can really help people get back on their feet? You're on mute. There you go.
Let me try that again. One of the things that I'll mention is that small businesses need to understand what resources are available to them from a community's perspective. As an example, Tampa Hillsborough Action Plan, BBIC, the Black Business Investment Corporation, the Small Business Development Center, may have resources. As an example, the BBIC has loan products that the banks can't do. And I don't profess that the bank is going to approve everybody on a loan. However, know what other resources are available. Another resource, a resource that Wells Fargo has, is education. Wells Fargo created a program called Hands-On Banking. In Hands-On Banking, there's a segment specific to small businesses and education pieces. Education pieces like creating a business budget. What's that process? What does it look like? What are some things you need to make sure you consider? And also, Wells Fargo has what's called Wells Fargo Works for small business. And I went in recently and looked at it, and I was actually glad to see some of the things about cash flow.
Right.
That businesses need to consider. Too many businesses don't take the time to identify gaps that they have and then working to overcome those gaps. I'll give you an example. Instead of being mad, as an example, that you got turned down for a loan from somebody, find out why. Why was I turned down? And we used to have a saying through Minority Enterprise Development Corporation, make it difficult for a lender to tell you no. What do you need to do? What are some things you need to get in place? Do your finances need to be in order? When it comes to cash flow, when is the money going in and when do you have to pay it out? Some businesses start up having not considered all the pieces. They have a wonderful idea, or they may have a wonderful product, but they haven't sat down and talked about the cost of running their business. They haven't talked about or thought about the fact that, yes, I did the work today, but I'm not going to get paid for that work for 30 more days.
Or more.
I can't count that money right now. And I can't count on that money right now to pay bills that are due next week. So cash flow is a big piece. But the Wells Fargo Works for Small Businesses there. Hands-On Banking is there as another resource. Hands-On Banking is free and commercial free. Anybody has access. So whether you're looking for financial education personally or some tools for your business, you'll find it all there. Wells Fargo created that many years ago. after realizing that so many people are not getting the information.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And so for all of our listeners, I certainly hope that they take advantage of tapping into those resources, because we're getting back to business, and it's maybe business in a different way. But we all know as business owners, we have to tap into those resources to be successful and to really transcend some of these new issues that we're facing. And I have one more question for you. This might be a personal question, but I think everyone could use the answer to it. You know, we learn a lot about building your personal credit, and that's important. One of the questions I've been searching for is, how do we build our business credit, and how important is our business credit as we start out? You know, you don't really think about that when you start, but once you're in it, you're like, I wonder what my business credit is looking like. So tell us, when does that come into play, and maybe some resources to tap into to learn a bit more?
It comes into play early. And one of the reasons it comes into play so early is because credit is a picture of trust. How you handle credit says a lot about you and says a lot about your business. Many business owners that I've spoken to have this misconception that they can separate personal finances and how they handle those, and business finances and how they handle those, but it spills over. If my personal credit is really bad and nobody will lend me money anymore, guess what? Those habits will transfer to your business. Many people get their first business loan guaranteed by their personal net worth. I may have a CD in my name and I want to start my business and I want to get a loan in my business. Well, guess what? I may choose to find a lender who will say, okay, I'll take that CD as collateral.
Yes.
But now I have credit in the name of my business. That's a way. And then when somebody asks, do you have business credit? You can say, yes, I do. Some organizations may still offer a secured credit card, or you can get that credit card in the name of your business. And your payments are reported that, yes, you're making these payments on time every time. And the key also, borrow a little bit at a time so that you can have that proven track record of borrowing and paying back, showing that I can be trusted with credit. There's going to come a day when you say, you know what, in order for me to fulfill this contract,
right,
I need a line of credit. And it can't be a little bit. Well, you want to be at a point where you've already proven that you can be trusted with credit. Build up your business reserves and your business savings to some degree before you start borrowing. Because all else, you want to be able to show that you can be trusted with it.
I love it. I love it. And I think that's awesome. I think that's definitely along the lines of what I was looking for, because to your point, you know, you hit a key for me when you said, when you want those bigger contracts, you know, you read some RFPs and you're like, I got to get my weight up. So I think those were some great resources and tools on how we could do that. So I'll throw it back to you, Cheryl, because I know we want to definitely have some convos with Mr. Derrick Blue about what's happening at the THAP group and what folks can take advantage of this October.
Listen, thank you so much. But the questions were questions that we needed. Wells Fargo is the title sponsor for the THAP group's Black Wall Street experience. And Machelle, I hope there'll be a representative there to continue the conversation a little further, especially when it comes to getting to that readiness state. It is an issue. Derrick Blue can speak to it. They didn't start off the way they are today with the commitment from Wells Fargo. And as a result of that, and as Machelle said earlier, it's about that sustainable growth. What have you been doing? THAP has created a picture. And now look what's happened. They've created this great business development financial partnership. Derrick Blue, it's all about, you named it, the Black Wall Street experience. You're there, you've got your board member there. What can the community do to support this event? What can small businesses do to support this event? And I know Ingrid Daniels-Young will want me to say, we are still looking for sponsorship and we are still looking for vendors because we want it to be a success for the community. Derrick Blue?
You know, I'm going to share this answer. What can the community do? I'm going to share this answer with Dr. Lewis, and then I'll put the lid on it and hand it back over. So, you know, as our board chair, Dr. Lewis, what could the community do to support this event? So on mute, I think.
I just realized I was muted. Certainly, you know, sponsorship always helps. You know, it takes, you know, funds and resources to help make things happen. But in addition to that, the community's presence will speak volumes, because that says that for you to take time out of your busy schedule and to come connect with us and see what we're doing and be a part of what we're doing suggests that you believe in what we're doing and that you believe that we have something to offer. And so certainly the community's presence is definitely a starting point. And then having vendors and volunteers, people who will come in and share their manpower, you know, their muscle power, you know, would certainly be welcome as well, because it takes a lot of work to pull off these type of, you know, ventures. And so having people who may even sacrifice a little extra time, a little muscle power to help get it done with quality and excellence would certainly be embraced, to have a community be a part of that as well.
And then I would conclude.
Well, Derrick, just so that you know, we put the event flyer up, and you can certainly speak to all that's about to happen in 2.5 weeks on the campus of 5508, right in the courtyard and the co-working space. Absolutely.
I would say invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge. This board, this committee has really partnered with some of the greatest, I would say, trainers in this region. Talk about things like generational wealth, to talk about things that are important in the community. You know, one thought that I had, this may be coming soon, but I had this concept called buy the block back. How we address things like gentrification and what we can do to almost kind of reset a system that has already been set in place. So the first thing I would say is slap yourself in the face if you're not making plans to be at the Black Wall Street experience October 8th. You can visit our website to get the information. If you want to become a vendor, go to the thapgroup.org. I'd encourage you to do that. I mean, one of the biggest viruses I think that exist outside of the pandemic is the virus of ignorance. We don't know what we don't know. And I think the best way is to pursue information. I mean, here you are having an organization that's free. It's not free to us, or it's not free to Wells Fargo, but it's free to the people. And I think you have to invest in yourself. And then the last shameless plug, I would say, is Tampa Hillsborough Action Plan has partnered with the city of Tampa, and we have received funding to help small businesses with, again, more information. You can go to our website and get more information. And not only that, once you complete the classes, these are virtual classes, you get a stipend for $500. Ongoing technical assistance. Again, it's not free, but it's free to you. Somebody paid for it so that you can do it. So the help is there. So away with the concept that there's no help out there and blaming certain ills in the community on certain groups of people. Right now, Wells Fargo, the city of Tampa, Tampa Hillsborough Action Plan has put their money where their mouth is. Take advantage of it, get this information. And then I will do like Diva J said, you'll be able to get your weight up.
Y'all keep getting that credit weight up because that other weight I'm trying to get down. It's called quarantine 15.
I understand that.
Wow.
Look,
I
I'm
had
working my
no-
Fitbit right now. But listen, thank you so much, Dr. Lewis, and to our guest / co-host, Derrick Blue. There is a lot going on. Friday night kicks off the mixer, and there's a panel discussion. Mr. Fred Hearns, the Tampa Bay history historian, will come to us and talk about Central Avenue. That would
Yes.
probably be the first image of what we can remember as our Black Wall Street.
Mhm.
And then we have a representative coming over from St. Petersburg who's going to share with us about the history of the Deuces. And it's something you want to look forward to. And then we kind of get to relax a little bit and have a social mixer. Get ready to come back that Saturday, October the 8th, for the Business Expo. As a result of that, we want to see more businesses come and participate. And I'll let you know, Derrick Blue, I got a call yesterday and the young lady said, my moderator sent me some information so that I could participate in the Black Wall Street Expo. And I want to make sure that I'm there. What do I need to do? So thank
You mean
you
the church
to
folks coming
moderator,
too?
I'm going to say moderator Jace, but thank you. And we appreciate that because that's really what it's all about. So from 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock is showcasing your business, your products and services. THAP is trying to open doors for you. The businesses on the campus of 5508, we're asking all of them to be open and to participate. And I must not only just thank Wells Fargo as our title sponsor, but we have had other. Hillsborough County, Carol Minor will be here from their SBCD department, as well as economic development. We have Suncoast Credit Union. Felt enough. They've been watching us and said, we want to participate in what you all are trying to do and bringing the businesses back, helping them to reopen and having a place to come, that courtyard at 5508. And I know Machelle, who also sits on the board of MetCore, Minority Enterprise Development Corporation, is also one of our supporters, and they will be here getting it. And they have an event coming up. We've been sharing their flyer. It's coming up at the end of October, so we'll post the flyer with our thank you post so that you will have that. But to be able to have the city of Tampa and Hillsborough County organizations supporting us, and even smaller organizations, we have Pinellas County Economic Development Group. So we have support coming from across the Bay to make sure that the THAP Group Black Wall Street experience is a success. And a number of vendors, from clothiers to youthpreneurs, you're going to have them all here trying to help you and help us all come back and reopen. And so look forward to that. It's going to be happening. We will put all of that in our thank you post. And in addition to that, if you're watching us on Facebook right now, tell us why you think you should be the winner of that premium vending space and tickets to the Tampa Theater. Put your post now. We'll announce the winner in our thank you post. And you could be the winner. Of course, if you're part of the committee or an employee of any one of those organizations called out, forget about it. It's not you. But I appreciate that. And we appreciate all of the sponsors. I'm Team THAP, Derrick Blue. What else would you want them to know as we begin to wrap up? Let's talk business.
I would just like to say, again, thank you to Wells Fargo and all of our sponsors and volunteers, our board, our committees that really are helping us to do this. And it's tremendous because, you know, the pandemic didn't discriminate between not-for-profit organizations, for-profit organizations, individual families, manufacturing companies. We were all impacted in one way or another. But I'm just grateful that, you know, we're still here. We're still standing. And, you know, and it's by the grace of God. So that's my closing remarks.
Okay, then we'll turn the mic to Machelle Manor. Final thoughts?
My final thought is quickly, this is another great resource for business owners, and I am hopeful that you start taking advantage of these resources that are available to help you grow and sustain your business.
All right. And Machelle called out a couple of businesses, and she said to us early on that they were resources. The Tampa Bay BBIC, when we launched Black Wall Street 2019, they were one of our supporters. Thank goodness for Mr. Albert. And as well, we have CDC. CDC is one of our supporters then, and one of our supporters for 2022. Thank you so much, Ernest Coney. And there are others. It takes all of us. Derrick Blue always says this is Wakanda and we grow vibranum here, but we could not be Wakanda if we didn't have all of the support that we're getting today. I know Diva J has an event coming up and we want to make sure we allow her. She'll be back on the show talking about it. Machelle, I know we'll talk more about, and I'm old school because it was Mad Week forever and a day, but Mad Core. And so we will share that information as well and looking forward to disseminating more information about those. Diva J, you have an event coming up. Wait, Derrick, do you golf?
You know, I can tell you something. I did Top Golf twice, and I was humiliated. So I decided that I was just gonna go on my own and get my weight up.
Well, listen, I need to get my weight up. I need you to get your weight up. Machelle, do you golf? Because I'm gonna need all of you to come and support me with supporting Diva J in her golf tournament. So I need 5 golfers.
You don't want me, Cheryl. I'd be a huge handicap.
Well, you know,
Diva J, take it away.
So the event that Cheryl's talking about is the Cornerstone Family Ministries 7th annual Child's Chance for Change Top Golf Tournament. And essentially this tournament is for fun, just like Top Golf. So you don't have to be a pro. We do Top Golf, so everyone's welcome. And you all can have your own little bay where you all can just call it a practice bay. But nonetheless, the funds that are raised at this event provide early learning scholarships for 0 to 5-year-olds that attend the Rosa Valdez Early Learning Center in Old West Tampa. So our goal is to raise $100,000 in scholarships. I'm very proud to say that as of today, we've raised $51,100 so far. So we are halfway there. And it's my personal mission to get more of our community members, minority business owners and stakeholders involved in this organization, supporting this organization, because many of the students we serve look just like you and I. And so Cheryl is going to be one of our Bay hosts. And so she's getting her team, she's getting her weight up. So she's going to need that support from the community. So I really appreciate it and look forward to speaking with you all more on our next month's show with Les Miller and Henry Shake Washington, who are our event's special guests.
All right. Well, I'm still claiming Derrick and I'm claiming Machelle. As long as you don't have the cameras on us, we're going to take the handicap and go forward with it. Let me take this opportunity to say a special thank you to Machelle Maynard for coming on as Wells Fargo's VP of Community Development. And thank you for supporting the THAP group. To both my co-hosts, to Dr. Theresa Lewis, to Linda Walker that came on to the show. We thank you all as we prepare this show. This show is a wrap.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll announce the winner shortly.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye, everybody.